I had been a few months, I had not been feeling well, and it was 2020. So it was like in the heart of COVID. Something was wrong, and I knew something was wrong. So I went to the emergency room. They had no idea what was going on. About a week later, I had a doctor actually come in and ask me if I would be willing to go through some exploratory surgery so they could maybe see what's happening because none of the scans weren't showing them anything at all. So I went in on a Friday about 3 o'clock. And I do remember my husband saying that it was after 11 o'clock when they called him and told him I was finally out of surgery. And for probably the first week to 2 weeks, I didn't know what happened to me because they had me so sedated in the hospital because they wanted me to rest and recover. And then finally, I remember the nurse came in and she's like, honey, do you not know what happened to you? And I was like, no, I know that I'm very sore. And in my mind, I had only been there for a day. And that's when she explained to me, no, you've been here for a few weeks now. My intestines were perforated and they were leaking inside of me, and it was poisoning me. And they removed a good portion of my large intestine. At that time, I had an ileostomy and a mucus fistula. That went on until April of 2021. They were going to do a takedown of them. But when I went in, there was more of my intestine was perforated again. So they ended up removing all of my colon, all of my large intestine. I have never had major surgery like this, so I didn't know the questions to ask. But they send you home with a little bit of, like 5 ostomy bags and some wafers and say, here you go. So I did a lot of research and I ran across the United Ostomy Association. Anything and everything I could get involved with, I did to learn more. So I reached out to a lot of companies to get free samples because every time I did a device change, I used a different product. The Convatec products, really all of them I've tried, I like. But the Ascenta barrier wipes and those Natura, the Flexi 2-piece pouch, they're my all-time favorite. But something in my core changed during this process. And I had been working in the financial industry for 12 years. But because of this change within me, not just physically, but inside of my soul, I was searching for answers to, I kept telling people, I want to find my happy because I wanted to be able to help others similar to me or others who are in a medical situation where they feel like they're alone, but they need to know you're not alone. You're absolutely not alone, and there's nothing wrong with you. So I pursued not just a job change, but a life change. I had heard about 180 Medical when I was looking for jobs. And as soon as I clicked on the 180 Medical website, I was like, oh my goodness, something kept pulling me. And so I was like, I am going to pursue a job with this company because this is the type of company that I want to work for. You can actually walk away each day and say, I'm proud that I work for a company that cares for everyone. I feel like all the stress and everything has been lifted off of me. I love coming to work in the morning and I love helping the patients. There was a call a few weeks ago. I was talking to a gentleman, just following up with him on his supplies, and he sounded very down. I could hear it in his voice, and he just kept apologizing, saying, I'm sorry, I don't mean to bring this story on you, but I'm just having a rough day. So I shared with him my story, and him and I talked quite a while. Well, then when I called back a couple weeks later to follow up, and he was like, there you are, Cindy, you're my angel. I've been waiting for you to call. And like now I got emotional because I realized that, oh my goodness, I just touched this man's heart. And I made a difference in his life because of that. Other ostomates need to know that it's a journey, and I've learned to reach out for help, to reach out to other resources. I just say take it one day at a time. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. So you just become your own advocate and ask lots of questions. The first year I had it, I was like, I'm never going to get this. I can't do this. There were days that I would tell my husband, I don't want to live this way anymore. But now I am so grateful and so thankful that every day I can put my feet on the floor when I wake up in the morning. I can move, I can travel, I can do whatever I want.